Ladies, let me shatter a myth right now. Men don't always fall for the woman who follows all the good girl dating rules. In fact, the women who make men lose their minds, sometimes forever, are the ones bold enough to break one rule that everyone says is non-negotiable. And no, it's not what you think. By the end of this video, you will know exactly why this one rule-breaking move makes her unforgettable. Why rules don't always work. Now, every dating coach, every auntie at family dinners, and every Instagram relationship guru will tell you there are rules. Rules you must follow if you want to keep a man. Don't text him first, don't sleep with him too soon, don't be too available, don't double dip your fries in his ketchup. Okay, maybe that one's fair. But here's the kicker. Men often don't bond with the woman who plays it safest. They bond with the woman who flips the script just enough to make him think, what on earth is happening to me right now? It's psychology. Our brains don't cling to predictable patterns. They cling to disruption. And in dating, disruption is attraction's caffeine shop. Picture this. A man meets two women. Woman A is textbook perfect. She says the right things, laughs at the right time, never crosses a line, and basically feels like she studied for the girlfriend exam. Woman B, she doesn't quite follow the manual. Maybe she teases him when everyone else flatters him. Maybe she makes a bold move when everyone else plays it safe. She's not disrespectful, but she's not predictable either. So which one? Is he still texting at 2 a.m. weeks later? Yep, woman B. Why? Because perfection is forgettable. The brain doesn't store memories of fine and nice, it stores contrast. Men chase the woman who gives him the high of unpredictability without the chaos of actual danger. Here's a nerdy truth bomb. Our brains are wired to lock on to emotional spikes. Neuroscience calls it the von Rustorf effect, or the isolation effect. Translation: when something stands out, we can't forget it. So, when every other woman is carefully following the rules, slow texting, perfectly paced availability, saying yes at the right time, the woman who breaks one sacred rule suddenly becomes unforgettable. It's not rebellion for rebellion's sake. It's about creating emotional voltage. Men aren't looking for a PowerPoint presentation of the perfect partner. They're looking for the spark that short-circuits their logic. Let's get real. Following all the rules feels safe. It feels like insurance against rejection. But here's the problem. Safety doesn't equal connection. Think about it. Have you ever been on a date where everything went fine? You both said the right things, no awkward silences, no weird moments. You go home and feel nothing. That's what men feel when women become too polished. No edge, no risk, no realness. But the women who stand out, they're the ones who risk breaking a rule. They'll say the thing everyone else is too polite to say. They'll surprise him with bold honesty. They'll show him they're not afraid to stand apart. And men, whether they admit it or not, crave that edge. Now, before I spill the actual dating rule that makes men obsessed when you break it, let me warn you, it's not one of the obvious ones. It's not about waiting 3 days to text back. It's not about who pays for dinner. And it's not about when you should or shouldn't kiss him. Nope, this rule sits deeper. It's the kind of rule women have been told for decades, by parents, by culture, by all the good advice. And breaking it feels like breaking some sacred commandment. But here's the plot twist. Breaking it doesn't scare a man away. It pulls him in harder than anything else because it signals to his subconscious this woman is different. She's not just playing the role, she's writing her own script. And when men sense that, game over. He's hooked. Think of it like this. You've probably heard that men love a challenge. True. But men also love clarity. They love knowing where they stand. So how can both be true? The answer lies in how women present themselves. Rule following creates predictability. Rule breaking, done smartly, creates curiosity. And curiosity is the gasoline of attraction. In fact, Many men have confessed in studies and interviews that the woman they couldn't forget wasn't necessarily the most beautiful or the most polite or even the most compatible. She was the one who at some point broke a rule so hardwired into his brain that he had no choice but to chase her. And we're almost at that rule. Almost. But first, let me show you why men need that spark before they commit. Why men need disruption. Here's a secret. Men actually don't want a drama-free life. They want a stable life with little hits of emotional adrenaline. The woman who never disrupts his reality, he categorizes her as nice, but not worth the obsession. The woman who jolts his nervous system with something unexpected, she becomes unforgettable. It's the same reason men can watch the same sports replay 200 times and still get goosebumps. It's about that jolt. And in dating, the rule-breaking woman provides the spark. Not recklessly, but just enough to remind him he's alive. So let's rewind for a second. We've established that men don't get hooked on women who play it safe. Predictable equals forgettable. And the ones who stand out are the ones who dare to disrupt his expectations. But what's the actual rule? What's the sacred piece of dating wisdom women have been fed for decades that actually keeps them from forming real bonds with men? Brace yourself, because once you hear it, you'll realize how many times you've been told to obey it and why ignoring it is the ultimate power move. The rule is this: never let a man see how much you truly like him. You've heard it 100 different ways. Play hard to get. Don't be too eager. Don't show too much interest or he'll lose respect. Every dating guide says the same thing. Keep your feelings locked up. Act like you don't care too much and make him chase. And sure, some mystery works in the very beginning. But here's the twist. Men don't fall in love with women who hide their desire. They fall in love with women who risk showing it. Why breaking it works. Here's the psychology. Humans bond over vulnerability. It's built into us. When you show genuine interest, when you let a man see that he matters to you, you're breaking a rule that tells him you're not just another option, you've impacted me. And what does that do to him? It flips his brain into protector mode. Men are wired to value what feels rare, and nothing feels rarer than a woman who isn't afraid to risk emotional exposure. Most women think hiding interest keeps their power. Wrong. All it does is keep you in the pleasant but replaceable category. The women who men remember for years are the ones who broke the rule and said, with actions, tone, or words, "I actually like you, and I'm not afraid of you knowing it." Now, I know what some of you are thinking, but won't showing too much interest scare him off? Not if it's done right, because here's the paradox. Pretending not to care makes you blend in. Showing that you care strategically, without desperation, makes you unforgettable. Think about it. Men are constantly navigating a world of games, ghosting, and mixed signals. When a woman breaks that rule and actually shows him real emotion, it shocks his system. It's like stumbling across an oasis in the middle of a desert. So here is how to break the rule without losing power. So how do you pull this off without tipping into neediness? 1. Pick the right moments. Don't dump your soul on him on date 1. But when the vibe is good, when he's invested too, lean in a little. Let him see it. 2. Use actions, not essays. Sometimes it's as simple as reaching for his hand first or texting, "I had such a great time last night." Small but powerful. 3. Keep your standards intact. Showing interest isn't the same as having no boundaries. You can say, "I like you," and still expect respect, commitment, and effort. This balance is exactly what makes the move so magnetic. You're saying, "I'm strong enough to be vulnerable, but I won't be a doormat." And men, they don't just respect that, they crave it. Ask any man about the woman he couldn't get over, and you'll hear a pattern. She wasn't necessarily the coolest. She wasn't the one who texted least or played the most games. She was the one who made him feel like he mattered. That's the X factor. That's the rule-breaking move. Because in a world where everyone's guarded, the boldest thing a woman can do is let a man see her real interest. And once he feels that, he stops seeing her as one of many and starts seeing her as the one. So, let's put it all together. Men aren't obsessed with women who play by the book. They're obsessed with women who break this one rule. They show genuine interest instead of hiding it. It's risky, it's vulnerable, but that's why it works, because the truth is, anyone can play hard to get, but only a woman with confidence can play hard to forget. So the next time someone tells you, never let a man know how much you like him, smile and then go ahead and break that rule.